Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Sam from Pancake Warriors. Today I'm sharing with you one of my favorite snacks of all time. It's simple, easy, healthy, super filling. It's roasted chickpeas, okay? So, first step first, you gotta get 2 cans of organic chickpeas, drain all the liquid they're stored in, and let them sit for about a minute or 2 in brand new fresh water, okay? So once you're done with that, you'll want to get a paper towel out and just make sure that they're dry, okay? So you don't have to like pat them dry, but just so that there's no extra water, okay? I know there's gonna be a little bit. This way they'll roast up a little bit easier. You'll see there's all that extra. Same thing here. Again, I'm not patting it dry or anything. Just getting it in just to get some of that extra moisture that won't have to cook off. Luckily, the counter is nice and clean, so just gonna spread these out. So I did put some foil on my baking sheet first. Make sure you use a pan with some sides or your chickpeas will be all over the oven instead of all over where you want them to be. I'm just gonna simply roast these at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for about 60 minutes. All right, about halfway through, we are going to take them out, just shake up the pan a little, make sure nothing is burning, and then we will just put them back in, let them roast again. Again, about 450 for about an hour. So say goodbye to our chickpeas. I'll show you what they look like at the end, okay? All right, y'all, so these were in the oven for about an hour. For 45 minutes, they were baking at 450, and then the last 15 minutes, I shut off the oven, left the pan in there, didn't even bother opening it, and you can hear there's no moisture left in these. These are roasted. When you chew them, they crunch, okay? That's how you can tell. If you bite into them and they're still a little bit like wet in the middle, they need more time. They should be crunchy, there should be no question. So I'm gonna give you 2 different ways to enjoy these. Both ways are probably my 2 different favorite ways to enjoy these. I have a Moroccan spiced chickpea, roasted chickpea on my blog already. But since then I've discovered the beauty of ranch as well as cinnamon and vanilla, which is by far amazing. So I'm gonna show you really quick to get the cinnamon vanilla up. We're just gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon or of vanilla, a little bit more. Okay, so that's a teaspoon, and then about a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm gonna go a little short because I'm out, okay? Swirl that up together. You're just gonna make a little paste with it. I'm gonna add some stevia as well to this to make it sweet. So packet of stevia. Try to get organic if you can. They sell it at Trader Joe's. Also, you can get it online pretty simply. Stevia is a sugar substitute. It's made from a stevia plant, which is quite sweeter than normal sugar. So you just need a little tiny bit to sweeten like regular sugar would. If you're not up with stevia, that's totally fine. Use some maple syrup. Maybe you want to start at about 2 tablespoons of maple and see where you go from there. If you do decide to use maple syrup though, you're probably gonna have to put these back in the oven to let some of that syrup dry off. So remember, this was 2 cans of chickpeas. I'm gonna add about a can's worth to this, and then we're just gonna stir it all around. Make sure they all get covered. All right, perfect. So the vanilla ends up making it so that it's like a wet covering on there. It will dry out. Vanilla is an alcohol based, so you just gotta let them sit out for a while. If you want to serve these sooner than later or enjoy them sooner than later, I would recommend about 5 minutes in like a 400-degree oven just to dry these out really quick. I'm gonna move this over just so you guys can kind of see what we're doing here. And so that's what they look like. You can see they have a glisten, they have a sheen, and they are crunchy, they're sweet, cinnamon, vanilla, perfect. Like I said, let them air dry or you can throw them back in the oven for just a few minutes. I'm gonna show you my other favorite way to enjoy these, which is ranch, okay? So instead of measuring out all the ingredients for the ranch, I already have it together. It's a half of a tablespoon of parsley flakes, dried parsley, a teaspoon of dill, half of a teaspoon of garlic, half of a teaspoon of, it's powdered garlic powder, onion powder, and then some salt, okay? We're just gonna mix all that up to make like a ranch powder, okay? It'll look really green, I know. So you could use this and put this right into some Greek yogurt and make your own ranch dressing. Maybe add some coconut milk to that, or you know, whatever your favorite kind of milk is to make ranch dressing. Or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is to cover your chickpeas in it. I'm gonna get some olive oil, which I forgot to grab. Of course, I don't know where it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, get some olive oil, just drizzle about a teaspoon, not a lot, okay? You're just gonna add your chickpeas once they're covered in olive oil to the ranch mix. If I was smart, I would have gotten these out before the other chickpeas were on there. All right. And then they're covered in olive oil, so the coating will stick to them. You're just gonna coat them all up. Try to make sure that they're evenly coated. If you find that the mixture isn't sticking well, you can add more olive oil. But this historically has worked great for me, about a teaspoon. Okay, just gonna pour that back out. You'll see a lot of the mixture doesn't stick on it. That's fine. Okay, and enjoy. Have a good day. Excuse me. If you like this recipe or any of the other recipes we have, join our YouTube, subscribe please. Otherwise, you can come see us at the blog, pancakewarriors.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. If you make any of these recipes, let me know. I'd love to see them. Have a great day and snack well.